Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today has been treating you so well. In today's video, this is going to be a part 2-ish of a video that I posted about a month ago now where I did a full face of Boots makeup, but today we are going to be doing SUPERDRUG. So there's a variety of brands here, but the idea behind the video is that this is all makeup that you can only get from SUPERDRUG, because a lot of the brands are the same. There's a lot of crossover, but there's also some products that only SUPERDRUG stocks from a brand that is maybe also available at Boots and vice versa, but also some of these brands are only available in SUPERDRUG. I hope that that clears that up. I will start out by saying it is approximately 400 degrees in my room right now, so my window is open. If you hear outside noise or my blinds rattling, that is that. It's so hot, I absolutely cannot have the windows closed, okay? Okay, so let's just start because, like I said, I've got a variety of different brands here. I have got loads of new bits, well, 3 new bits from Studio London that I'm very excited to get into, so I'll start with this. It's the Studio London Dew Dream Glow filter. So this is obviously their answer to all of the dewy filter things, but the reason I'm very excited about this one is I think they've got like 8 shades, like 10 shades. They've got quite a lot. I went for shade 2 and I'm hoping that this is going to have a bit of coverage like it looked like it did online. It said somewhere that it was like a primer, but honestly everything I've seen online about this, it looks like it's got a little bit of coverage. So I'm hoping this is going to be more of like a tinted glowy step rather than just a very sheer sort of glowy primer, you know? So let's take, ooh, see, very liquidy, but it does look like it's going to have a bit of coverage. So let me start with just that amount. I have got a clean makeup sponge, no primer. I've just got my skincare on, including my SPF, because, have I mentioned, it is so hot. So let's see. That colour looks good. Okay, so that is all of that product that I had on the back of my hand there. All of that has done 1/2 of my face. Now obviously some of it has soaked up into my sponge. Like, yes, I would have used less product, or that amount of product would have got further had I used my hands or a brush, but I do prefer using a sponge. I think like this side has the product and this side doesn't. I think that looks lovely. Like, it's not crazy coverage. You can still see my freckles. Obviously it's incredibly glowy. I love that though. I really like the undertone of that. It's really nice and warm, but it's not too orange. Some of the products like this that I've tried, they're really orange, but I really like that. Like, that matches my body quite nicely. Okay, I like that a lot. Let me just even up on the other side. I'll try and get around about the same amount. I don't really know, but let's try. Okay, so that is all of that blended out on the skin. Honestly, that looks so lovely and glowy. I'm going to have to powder it down. I did think I probably would, but I'm impressed. That looks and feels like nothing on the skin. Like, it just looks like I'm not dehydrated and I've drunk water and eaten vegetables, which I guarantee you I have not. Yeah, that looks lovely. Very glowy, but I feel like in combination with like a load of the other products that I've got, I think that that's going to work really well. So next up we've got quite a bit from MUA here. Because that's a brand that you can only get in SUPERDRUG, and also a brand that I love. So we've got quite a bit, but I was desperately trying to not pick MUA for literally every step here. So this is one of their new products actually that I'm still sort of figuring out. So this is the Pro Base Double Shot Under Eye Brightener, and this is the lightest shade, and it is like a pink toned eye brightener. So I'm not going to use this on spots and things. I am just going to use this around the eyes. I've been using this for a week or two. I love it. I really, really enjoy it. Again, it looks like nothing. It blends into the skin so nicely, feels very, very thin, but I feel like gives me the perfect amount of coverage around my eyes. And obviously, again, it's really brightening, and actually I feel like in conjunction with that glow filter, that is just like your skin but better. I really, really like this concealer. I have been loving it since I tried it like a week and a bit ago. I have really been enjoying it. Yeah, that base combo is really doing it for me. Like, they go together so beautifully, but also I do feel like that glow primer will go nicely under sort of like a tinted moisturiser, perhaps something a little bit more matte, but that looks lovely. Real nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I have got the more MUA products. Promise I did try and pick products that weren't just from MUA. The Brow Define Micro Precision Eyebrow Pencil, and I have this in mid brown, and I'm also just going to do a little bit of like, I don't have a brow gel, so I want to create a little bit of dimension with the brow pen in dark brown. So I need to concentrate when I do my brows. I will be right back. Okay, so I really like that brow combo. I don't know if I've ever used those two together. Like, when I've used the brow pen, I've always used it with more of a chunky pencil, but actually that micro pencil with the pen, I mean, I could benefit from a brow gel, but I don't have one from, I don't have a tinted one from a Superdrug brand, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm quite happy with those fluffy, slightly more natural brows. I really, really like how that looks. So next up, we have got bronzer and blush, and we're going for cream / liquid options. So for bronzer, I have got the Revolution Cream Bronzer. They only sell this in Superdrug now. I couldn't find it online on Booze, so going in with a very, very light hand of this because it's very, very pigmented. I have this in the shade Light. There is a huge pan in the middle of it and a huge, like, I don't know, I must have stuck my fingernail in it at some point, but you need the tiniest little bit of this. It's so pigmented, but actually when I first tested this I didn't like it because it was just too pigmented for me, and I didn't understand how to use it. But very, very tiny amount will do your whole face. It's lovely. It's really, really lovely. It blends really nicely, but also like it gives you that colour where you want it. Now I don't feel like I need too much today. That glow filter is making me look a little bit more bronzy, but like you saw that in real time there. That is all blended out. And now I look bronzed. It's lovely. So, so lovely. And if I'm not mistaken, I think like £5. And you will truly never finish it because it's so pigmented. Like, I've had this for years, probably too long. I'm not going to think about that too much, but lovely, lovely bronzer. And I hated it when I first tried it. Oh, really, really hated it. In fact, I think I put it in like a worst of the year when I first tried it. And now I love. So you can always change your mind on products. Now we have got a new blush. Again, this is another one from Studio London. This is the Flaunt Flawless Liquid Blush. 12-hour wear, it reckons. Not in this heat, girly pop. I doubt. I'm not doing a wear test today, but nothing is lasting that long in this heat. Wowzers. So I have this in the shade It's Giving. And again, they had a few shades for this. I'm hoping that this is going to be a little bit glowy. I have absolutely no idea how pigmented this is going to be, so I will start with a very small amount. It looks really, I mean, it's a liquid blush, I get that, but it looks really liquidy, like really serumy, which I love in a liquid blush. So just working that into my brush. Ooh. Okay, Studio London. Yeah, that's really nicely pigmented. I got too much on my hand there, that tiny amount. That was too much. I'm gonna have to blend here, one moment. I will just wipe my brush off on a bit of tissue because there's too much on my brush there to blend out the edges, but I mean, it looks glowy because it's on that very, very glowy base, but I really like that colour. That's lovely and warm. That's almost like a sunburn blush sort of effect, which I really enjoy. Yeah, I am a really, really big fan of that blush. I desperately need some powder on. And actually I've had this powder for a while and I can't remember what I think of it. So this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. I remember really, really liking this packaging because it's like a little, like you have to lift the thing up and then it's a fabric, a little fabric sifter underneath, but I can't remember what I think of the powder. So just taking a fluffy brush and, very, very finely milled. Let me just swirl that brush off in the lid a little bit because I don't want to go overboard with the powder. I do still want to look nice and glowy, but I don't want to look sweaty. I feel like I currently look sweaty. I mean, it is hot in here, but I don't want to look like it is, you know? So let's do half the forehead and see how this goes. And also like this half of the face. Okay. Before and after. I really, really like this powder. I've had this forever. How have I not been using this? Okay. Like across the forehead there, like this is looking sweaty. It is. But this, it still looks glowy, it still looks soft, but just set. Why haven't I been using this powder? Can anybody tell me? Yeah, I do not know why I haven't been using that. That is a lovely powder. Really, really smoothing, really blurring, but not too mattifying. I like that a lot, and I really, really like that packaging. Like, that feels very luxury for a drugstore gal. That feels really, really lovely. So, what now? I've got a new setting spray. Let's go in with this now. So this is the Studio London Dew Dream Setting Mist, and I will just shake this up. Look! It's like shimmery and lovely. Oh, it's suddenly gotten very dark outside. Can you tell? It's about to absolutely bucket it down. I cannot wait. Hopefully it'll cool me down a little bit. So this is in the Luminous Rose. There was like, I think there was two options, a lighter and a deeper. This is obviously the lighter one. I'm hoping it's not going to look too shimmery. Doesn't have any sort of scent to it. Let's spray. That's a really nice mist. I've gone overboard because of course I have, but that feels really nice. Okay, I feel like that has brought some life back to the skin. It's not looking glittery. Like, I was concerned that the luminousness, the luminosity of the liquid would show up as chunks of glitter. It's not. I can't see any glitter or glow or anything necessarily. It's just like revamped that powder that I put on and made it look the right amount of glowy. Like, I don't feel like, I'll maybe just tap that brush over, but I don't feel like I need any more powder. I was concerned that I would need to like re-powder after I'd done that spray. I don't feel like I need to. Just sort of pressing the spray into my skin a little bit with the brush that had that powder on. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I will just go over again with that brush that had the blush liquid and just, yeah, tap over with that. Again, no more product, but just, you know, whatever's left in the bristles to tap back onto the skin. Yeah, I'm so happy with how all of that is looking. Beautiful. I love, I love. So for the eyes, I picked out, well, at first I picked out one of the 5-pan palettes from MUA, and I was like, this is just turning into an MUA video. So I went back and I picked this one, which is the I Heart Revolution Mini Chocolate Shadow Palette. This is in Raspberry Fool. They do still have I Heart Revolution. I was looking for Relove by Revolution on the Superdrug website. It's gone. I guess that brand is no more. I don't know. I couldn't find anything, but that was another brand that I used to really enjoy. Anyway, tangent, I went on it. So let's just take, I just want to do a bit of something, basically. It's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm so hot, I can't think straight. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into the lighter of the two matte shades, and I'm just going to wiggle this through the crease a little bit for a bit of a shadow. I will also put this under the eyes. So just a little wash of pink through the crease, nothing crazy. Then I'm just going to use the same brush and go into the darker matte shade, and I'm just going to keep that right on the outer corner. I do actually think that these eyeshadows are, for the price, I mean, I think that these are like $3.99, $4.99, something like that. The quality of the shadows is really, really nice. Like, the mattes are really lovely, but the shimmers, like when I show you the shimmer in the middle, it's beautiful. It's almost a little bit like duochromy. It's really, really pretty. So I'm just deepening up the outer corner with that a little bit, blending it in. Again, nothing crazy, because I do actually have a green eyeliner to use as well. Like, why not? But let me show you this shimmer, because it is so, so beautiful. The way that it like catches the light, it's like peach and gold and so, so pretty. So I'm just going to tap that onto basically the whole lid. Like, just look how much that has brightened up that pink. It's like peachy and warm and beautiful. So I'm just going to tap over the top with that first brush. I didn't use a brush for the shimmer. Like, just pressing it in with your fingers is the best way to go, I find, with a lot of shimmers, but especially slightly cheaper ones, they do work best with your finger. So just buffing out that top edge, and then let's go on to the eyeliner. Where have I put it? So the eyeliner that I'm going to be using today is the Studio London Define the Lines Precision Eyeliner, and this is in Vivid Teal. Like, look at that colour. In fact, I'll show you there. Look at that colour. So pretty. So I'm gonna do a bit of a wing thing. Who's to say what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna scribble this along the lash line and then drag it out a little bit into a wing. A little something like that. Like, it's not the most pigmented or the most creamy or the most blended. Like, these aren't my favourite eyeliners, but I really, really like the colour. I do really, really enjoy the colour, and they do last a very, very long time. They're just not necessarily the easiest to use, but they do have some great colours. If you're looking for a very specific colour, I would check out Studio London for their eyeliners. And also their lip liners, they've got really great lip liners too, which we will get to. So for mascara, I'm going to use the MUA Volume mascara. This is the brown one. Going to do a few little layers of this, and then we'll get on to that Studio London lip liner. There we go. I really, really like this mascara. I don't know why, another one, I don't know why I don't use it more, because it's lovely. Very dramatic. Very, like, this is only like 1 and a bit coats. I wanted to go a little bit softer today, but wow, I love, and that colour is lovely as well. So for the lip, we are going, like, I could have gone and I was very, very close to going MUA lip liner and an MUA satin sheen lip stylo, because that is my everyday, truly, every single day. But I was like, let's change it up a little bit. So I'm going for the 12-Hour Precision Lip Liner from Studio London, the Power Pout lip liner. And this is in Vivacious Orange. I don't know what vivacious means, but it sounds good. So I'm going to line the lips with this one. And like, look at that colour. If you want sort of funky, different coloured lip liners, again, Studio London, she's your gal. And then I've got a new shade of the MUA Hydra Juice Shimmer Peptide Lip Balm. I was close to picking the orange, but that would have been very predictable, so I decided to go for cherry. Oranges and cherries, we've got a whole fruit salad going on. So I think they brought this one out at like Christmas time, and honestly I'm only just coming around to trying it, but it looks beautiful, and I'm hoping that this is going to sort of turn this lip into like a reverse ombre sort of a thing, but like it's still a lip balm, so sort of quite sheer. Let's see. Ooh, that colour. Smells like Haribo cherries. Love. Okay. That's a really sheer wash of that cherry colour. I'm not necessarily sure if the purple from the cherry goes with the orange of the lip liner, but I'm not mad. Let me just scribble over the top with a little bit more of that lip liner to blend it in. Okay, so I actually feel like sort of scribbling back over that with the pencil after I'd applied the lip balm has turned that a little bit more orangey, which is what I wanted, but you still get the little reflex of the sort of hot pink shimmer. I really like how that's looking. So that is it. Let me sort my hair out. We have had all of the seasons out there today. Wow. We had a downpour, we had heat, we've had wind, we've had it all. So that's the weather update, and this is my finished full face. Let me just go over the new bits that I tried. The Studio London Dew Dream Glow Filter. That is lovely. That looks so softly glowy under that powder. I'm interested to see how this will work mixed in with some of my favourite foundations as well. I love the packaging. I love how tiny it is. I love that it's not the wand that farts every time you put it back into the tube. If you know, you know. I'm glad it's not one of them. I really, really like the packaging with the little like squeezy dropper rather than the wand that farts, you know. So really, really like that. That colour is lovely. Did I even say I got the shade? I think it was just 2. If only it said on the packaging. Doesn't say. I think it was shade 2. Then the blush, again, really, really like that. Beautiful, like, but the perfect amount of pigment, in my opinion. The most beautiful soft wash of glowy pink blush. That was the shade It's Giving. And again, they had a few different shades of that. The setting spray, really like that as well. Felt lovely, like being sprayed on. Felt very lightweight, like the spray was a really lightweight mist. Really like that. And I think that was everything that was like new today. So if there's anything from Superdrug that you want to know my opinion on, if it's new, leave it down below. I'm more than happy to get my hands on some new products. But that is it for today. I hope you've had a lovely day. All of these products will be linked in the description box down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.